And that way it speeds up the learning process and for you to be able to get the band playing quicker and making music and making a memory with your music. And so that's a homework assignment that I always give my students is to start learning where all those notes are and to be able to add it up. Because I always end up start teaching saying, well, I'm here on the D string. Look at what finger I'm using. But I'm starting on A, and I'll go up to an E, and I'm going down to a D, whatever the lick may be or whatever I'm trying to teach at that time. So just wanted to pass that on to you. We'll be talking about more Guitar Talk stuff in upcoming shows. So I hope this helped you. And we'll go to a break right now. Hello, thanks for coming back. I want to talk about the event that I put on here in Hampstead and put out an invitation to all you guitar players as well as other musicians. What I've done is started an event called The Taste of Guitar. And I realized that when I started teaching down here that there really wasn't a place for the young artists to come out and perform that was family friendly. So I went into what was then called Surf City Deli, better known as Sully's now. And we were there for quite a few years performing. It was just my students to begin with, where Skylar could come out and play and all my other students that studied with me. And then I started incorporating other teachers because I realized that this needed to broaden out and not just be just my people only who were performing. So I started putting out invitations to other guitar teachers because this really is focused on especially of guitar. In its beginning, we have a long-range goal, but just to start with, we're focused on guitar. So we started bringing in other teachers and their students to perform. And what's different about this event is it's not a typical student recital. We all know those can be kind of tedious, to put it politely. And what I wanted to do is this: all the students, regardless if they're my student or another teacher's student or someone who's self-taught, self-taught people are welcome as well. They all have to audition and earn a performance slot. So all the people that you see performing at a Taste of Guitar, they all had to audition and work up a composition, either solo by themselves or with their guitar teacher or with a friend, and perform at the event. And the people who sponsor it, who provide the PA equipment or the building, the room we're in, the food, the advertising, whatever, is all donated by the various people. So when you come to an event and see a list of people who are listed as sponsors, know that they either volunteer their time, their equipment, or monies in order to make the event and keep it admission free. And so we wanted to open it up to the public so that way the students could play for someone besides family and friends and get to actually play for a real audience. Also, because I wanted to make it different than a traditional student recital, I bring in a guest artist. And the guest artist comes in and talks about their specialty, whatever it may be, if it's a certain style of guitar or music they perform, or the instrument that they perform on. Because when you play in a band, you play with other instruments. You're not always playing with only guitar players. So you play with bass players, drummers, steel drums, banjos, fiddles, whatever the instrument that the band is made up of, the different instruments. So in the past, we've had Hiroshi Kisame, who had a doctorate in classical guitar, talk about the history of classical guitar and perform some examples for us. We had Spider Mike Boucher, who studied Mississippi John Hurt, an icon bluesman, to come in and show us how to play Piedmont blues guitar. And then we had Bob Russell, the head jazz guitar instructor from UNCW, come out and talk about jazz guitar. We've had Ed Quidley, who custom builds guitar amps, come out and should talk to us about guitar amps, how they're built, what to look for when you're buying an amp, the difference between a tube amp and a solid state amp. And we had Tim Murray, who runs one of the more successful guitar schools in Charlotte, North Carolina, and who also used to teach at UNC Charlotte. And he brought his lute and played lute for us so we can learn about it and talked about how classical music started being embraced by rock music, and they're kind of morphing together with the beginning of Yes and those type groups on up to today. And then I brought in John Mark and John Curry, who are award-winning banjo players and historians, to talk about the history of the banjo. And they actually brought in a Civil War era banjo on up to a modern day banjo so we could hear the difference in the instruments and hear about the rich history of the banjo. And so it's not always exclusively guitar, the guest artists. I want to broaden everybody's horizons so they can learn about all these other instruments. There's so much incredible things about music that you can do with it beyond the guitar or beyond whatever your particular instrument may be for you out there who are watching this. So you can go to Facebook and go to A Taste of Guitar and see videos of the past 3 years that we're doing. We're starting our 4th year of this filming, and see what we're looking for. If you want to audition, you can contact me through that site if you want to audition and earn a slot, or if you're a teacher and you have a student that you would like to forward and get involved with this event. I would love to have more teachers get involved and more student players get involved. And so you can go to that site and contact me. You can also go to Facebook and look at David Pell and look me up. Most of my current work appears there, so you can check me out. You can also go to my website, catsimagination.com. I wear a lot of hats. Guitar happens to be the hat I've wore the longest because I used to make it a living playing guitar. But now I do a lot of other things. I'm a producer, recording engineer. I do photography or fix photos. I develop business tools for a lot of business owners, a wide variety of things. And you can read about my background. And you're more welcome to contact me about anything concerning that. If you have guitar questions or any of the other hats maybe that you see that I'm involved with, or a question about something I've done in my past, you want some clarity. And I'm all the time looking to bring people in with the event, and we keep growing. We have the community here has embraced this, and it's been a beautiful thing. We started out with very humble beginnings, and now we have really grown. And and we want to keep it growing because we want to get more and more people involved. So please, you student players out there, please contact me. I would love to get you involved, knowing that you have to work, that this is not a gimme. That I tell everybody they have to work probably harder than they've ever had to work before to earn their performance slot. But the satisfaction of performing at this event is amazing. The players can tell you that. And you teachers, please contact me also if you have any students or if you just want to get involved somehow. If you want to be a sponsor, contact me as well. We would love to be able to keep providing more and more things for the kids because it's all about the kids. So anyways, that's the end of the show for today. And I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to sit down and spend some time with me and Skylar and his dad, Nat. And I want to say thank you to them for coming down and doing the show. And just remember, don't confuse the deep groove with a rut. And just go out and see what today can be.